Every human being suffers from constipation once in a while. But if you're someone that almost constantly have to deal with constipation like on a regular basis, here are 9 things you can do to relieve constipation naturally. The natural human impulse is to assume a squatting position while pooing. And this has a lot of benefits with it because it's in this position, your legs are drawn closer to your abdomen, and then while you're squatting, it puts your body at a straight line, which relaxes your abdominal muscles and organs and further relaxing your rectum. In this position, there is free flow of feces. You don't need to force anything, you don't need to stress yourself much. But because of the invention of the toilet system, water system, and that, you find yourself sitting comfortably at an angle of 90 degrees, and this obstructs the abdominal. It does not give room for proper relaxation of the abdominal organs and muscles, and this further blocks you from defecating properly. I know somebody will say, is she going to teach us the proper way of defecating? Yes, I'm going to do it. Some people find it that placing a small stool in front of the water system and then sitting on the toilet system and placing their feet on the stool is relieving. It mimics the natural position a human being should take while defecating, which is squatting. But my personal preference is to buy a thicker toilet paper when I go to the market. I buy it, and whenever I want to defecate, I place it on the floor. I place like 3 or 4 rows on the floor to prevent spillages. Then I go over it, assume a squatting position, and poo. And this has been a game changer since I started it. So see, this is something you are not so embarrassed to apply to your life whenever you're constipated, and this will go a long way to relieve your constipation. What you consume is what you excrete. You cannot just limit food intake, water intake, and you expect your body to manufacture waste. From where? It's not possible. This goes further to confirm the Igbo adage that says, "Nkonye ri ka ọ na-anyụ," which means that what you eat is what you excrete. You cannot just shock your body by restricting food just all of a sudden, and you expect your body to produce waste. Whenever you shock your body with dieting and all that, your body goes into a reserve mode. It tries to hold on to whatever it is that you have left, and by doing so, it increases the rate of constipation. So what I would suggest is that even if you want to go on a dieting, you should introduce it slowly. You want to reduce food intake, you should slowly, gradually be reducing it. Don't just go immediately, like all of a sudden you've made a very major change to your diet and you expect your body to just follow along with it. The body will have to fight back. It will have to like hold on to whatever it has in order to sustain it, because it will feel like you're about to like let it die. So it will just try to hold on to whatever it has, and by so doing you are experiencing constipation. So whatever you're going to do it gradually and listen to your body as you're doing it. Many people that I know love to have their bowel movements first thing in the morning, and if you're someone like this, you will find that just having a warm cup of water or even a hot cup of green tea or a hot cup of coffee, if it's not contraindicated for you, that is if you don't have irritable bowel syndrome or any disease like that, or even having a small breakfast, have the ability to make you go to the toilet more easily, because this initiates the gastrocolic reflex. And what this reflex does is that it further helps to push waste down your intestines, and this will help to give you a more relaxing toilet experience. So if you're someone that experiences constipation, you can consider having something first thing in the morning, especially if you're a morning person. Consider having something to eat or something to drink first thing in the morning before going to the toilet. The human body is made up of 60% fluid, and water is very crucial in keeping everything moving down your digestive tract. Just think of your colon, your large intestine, as a tube. Imagine bringing all the food you eat, cake, akara, rice, beans, and there is no water to push it down. Everything will become blocked. Nothing will be moving in that tube. So that is the same thing that happens when you eat and you don't drink water. It will make nothing will be moving in your intestines. It will be difficult for you to have bowel movement. And also some people find it that drinking hot water is better than drinking cold water when it comes to digestion and moving the bowel, because warm water will further help to disintegrate and digest your food easily, unlike the cold water will do. So switch out the cold water for warm water, and then this will go a long way to reduce your constipation. Form a habit of dropping at the same time every day. Of course, you know how habits and setting of routines work. If you want to have a flawless, beautiful skin, you have to set up a beauty skincare routine for it. And if you want to be financially successful, of course, you know you have to set up a routine for that. Now, you want to always have a good bowel movement experience. You also have to set up a routine for that. Now, nobody is forcing you to poo in the morning or poo at night or poo in the afternoon. Just choose any time of the day that is convenient for you to do this. But what you bear in mind is that you have to do this when you do not feel rushed. For someone like me, I prefer to poo in the morning so that my day will go on well. So what I do is that I try to wake up an hour earlier. This gives me enough time to poop, remove everything in my bowel, even before I take in anything for the day. And if you're someone that experiences constipation, imagine doing this and you experience a great relief. I remember when I was a kid, whenever I tell my mom, I've not been able to drop in a day or two, what she does is to get me oranges. Now, what does oranges do? She is trying to use oranges as a means to add more fiber into my diet. Now, fiber helps you to form a larger bulk and then helps to soften your stool and makes it easier for you to have bowel movement. Now, the recommended fiber intake for women is 25 grams a day. For men, it is 38 grams. If you find yourself being constipated most of the time, try upping the intake of fiber in your food. However, if you tell me I have a lot of fiber and I still do not poo, maybe you are overdoing it, because if you're telling me that you're having more than 70 grams of fiber in a day, that means you're having too much fiber, and this can even lead to bloating, gas, and consequently can lead to constipation. So as much as you're trying to up your intake of fiber, do not overdo it. It is a known fact that exercise can be very beneficial to the body. When you exercise, there is increased blood flow to every organ and system of the body, and the digestive system is not left out, because when you exercise, there is increased supply of blood to the digestive system, to your abdominal area, and when this happens, you are better able to digest food, thus reducing constipation. Probiotics and prebiotics, which are found in the food we eat and which also can come in the form of supplements, has the ability to rebalance your gut. It thus removes all the bad bacteria and ensures that your system is lined with good bacteria, and this can go a long way in helping you to digest food easily, reducing constipation, and overall maintaining your gut health. I have a video that is dedicated to this topic, and I'm going to leave it down in the description box or on the screen so that you can click and watch. Some persons that I know, just because they did not go to the toilet, they don't drop for a day, the next thing they are buying laxatives, and they do this almost on a daily basis, thus forming the habit of always using laxative to make themselves have bowel movements. Now, I suggest you do all these things that I've talked about in this video before resorting to use a laxative, because if your body gets so used to this laxative, it will get to a point whereby if you do not take laxative, you will find it almost impossible having a bowel movement, and that is not a very good way of living your life. Do you like to drop with ease? Do you really want to overcome constipation? Now listen, you have to sleep and increase your period of sleep. A study that was carried out among adults in the US showed that adults who slept for a longer time experienced less constipation, whereas those of them that slept for a shorter time experienced increase in constipation. Now, a method you can apply while sleeping to aid your body to overcome constipation is to sleep on your left side. What you can do is to place a pillow in between your knees and then hug onto one pillow and then sleep. This will help to direct the waste products in your ascending colon into the transverse colon, and then dumps it further into the descending colon, and in the morning you find yourself happily dancing to the toilet to go and drop everything in your gut. These are my 9 tips to help you relieve constipation naturally. Please do subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Leave a huge thumbs up for me, and then leave a comment for me below at the comment section which one of these tips worked for you. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.